Good morning, TikTok. I started saying hello even though there's nobody here because I'm now posting these videos on YouTube, and I'm aware that in all of the videos I look really stupid because I'm doing my hair for the first 2 minutes. So now I'm just going to talk to myself. Hello. Hello, TikTok. Where are all my lovely TikTok friends? Hello, TikTok friends. There you are. Right, let me share this with my lovely Veronica. See if she's around. Hope everybody's enjoying the mermaid hair today because I'm super, super hot. Veronica! Hello, my lovely. Do you want to come up and chat with me? You can chat to me in the comments if you want, but just thought might be fun if you want to come up here and chat in like real time. What do you think? What do you think? I'm going to send you an invite. Accept it if you want to come. Don't accept it if you don't want to come. It's up to you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fabulous day. It is Tuesday. The sun is shining. The birds are singing. I'm enjoying my new life. Veronica, let me know if you do want to come up. I don't know if you got the invite or not. I've never invited anybody up here before. I usually wait for them to invite themselves, so I don't quite know how it works, but we will. Oh, you're coming. Hello.
Hi. Hi, Elena.
Hello.
Can you listen to me? I haven't done it before. I don't know if my camera is working.
I can't see you. I can hear you.
Right.
I've invited you to turn on the camera. It's up to you. Oh, there you are. I don't know how to get the screen to split in two. So at the moment you're kind of small in the corner. I don't know how to change that.
Me neither. That's
Guess.
okay, I think.
All right, you're okay down there. Let me see if I can. Camera, that's me. Flip. Go live with guests.
I woke up and I decided to clean up the place I am staying, so I haven't arranged myself. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
My hair.
You look beautiful as always, Veronica, my lovely. How are you?
Thank you.
So, everybody, I was talking to Veronica this morning. She is my lovely friend from Peru, but you were living in Mexico. And there has been some law changes, I guess, that are coming that mean Veronica is not able to get back to Mexico. So we were having a little bit of a chat about it because obviously, and actually I did make a video about this just now over on my Universal channel about when something big happens in your life, you make like a life decision that you think is going to change everything, and then life just gets in the way. Life is just like, no thanks, I'm just going to send you in a different direction. So I thought it could be cool to get you up here to talk a little bit about that. I'm just going to tell you guys about, just quickly, because I know some of you have heard it before, my experience when I was leaving Australia and my family had planned to move to the UK. So we left Australia, we sold all of our stuff, we shipped the dogs and like our keepsakes, like all of our wedding stuff, our baby stuff, back to my mum's in the UK. And then we got on the airplane to go visit my husband's family in Brazil and wait for the visa decision. The visa decision was supposed to take 2 weeks, but because of the Ukraine war, we received an email saying it could take 6 months. In the end, it took 5.5 months. So we were kind of stuck in Brazil for 5.5 months, waiting for the visa decision, slowly spending all of our money until eventually the decision came back and it was denied. And I still remember that day. I was like, my husband called me. I was at the hairdressers. I was crying my eyes out in the hairdressers. I had foils in my hair, tears streaming down my face. And I was just like, what are we going to do? Like, all of our stuff is there. The dogs are there. Like, we planned this, right? We planned it all. Everything is in the UK. We don't have any money left. What can we do? And we ended up flying to the UK because we already had our flights booked. So we flew there. We stayed for a couple of months. We stayed for Christmas, and then while we were there, my intuition said we need to just go back to Brazil. And it's funny, Veronica, because my intuition told me this in meditation, but it's actually before I had learned about intuition. I didn't know then about like following your intuition, asking your intuition. I just knew that we needed to move to Brazil. So my husband was like, yeah, great, works for me, let's do that. We came to Brazil, and I think you guys know the rest of the story. That was the beginning of our life here. Everything changed, and I'm so glad it happened that way, because if we had been in the UK for the past year, like, I don't know how we would have survived. The cost of living crisis is terrible over there. It's impossible to get a rental. Rent is very expensive over there. My husband, well, if he'd got the visa, he would be able to work, but without a visa, he wouldn't be able to work. It's cold, it's depressing, everything's expensive. I'm so glad we're in Brazil. So Veronica, do you want to just say a little bit about your story, about what happened? You want to share or no? You don't have to.
No, it's good. It's good. I think everybody can learn something about our stories. When I listen to you, it's like, okay, I'm not alone in this journey, and something good may happen at the end. Well, something good is happening right now. Unexpectedly. It is amazingly good, and so I am enjoying it. But what happened was that I don't know where to begin because everything is showing up like no interference from me. It's like you are going to do that even you want or not. You don't decide. So I went to Guatemala for 3 months, and then I came back to Mexico for one day because I was going to Scotland in February,
Much.
March, right? March. In March. So I went to Mexico just to pick my suitcase, and a small one because I had um, take the big one to Guatemala. So I only took the small one, and I went to Scotland. It was amazing. I learned a lot. It was like I that retreat changed my perspective of everything. So when I came back to Mexico to stay in Mexico, I came back. They didn't allow me to stay there because, well, they told me you are going out and in very frequently, so you are like living here, and that's not permitted. So they took me to Lima, to Peru, for free. That was interesting
Yes.
because, yeah, that was interesting because I was planning to come to Peru to visit my family, my friends, and do some documents. and it was like to Lima for free. Okay, that's okay for me. So I came back here, and it was the perfect time. I visited my parents. We decided to make some documents in general about their house, and it was perfect, a perfect time. I'm I met my friends. I enjoyed the place because Cusco. I don't know if you or your audience know it, but Cusco is a very touristic place, and Machu Picchu is there, and there are lots of places similar to that around, and you can visit it for free.
Oh wow.
So it's amazing, and the city is or has became very beautiful. It's very nice now, or it was the perspective I am. I was looking at my town after a long time, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. The thing is that I cannot live there because my stomach doesn't work there. So I cannot eat normally, and also the oxygen is not normal because the
Oh, that's
altitude,
fine. Yeah.
yes, it's very high. So I was like walking and I cannot get there. So it is a little bit difficult to for me to live there. I don't like it to live there, but in general, I enjoyed it. So suddenly, the president of Mexico said, "Okay, you Peruvians are going to need a visa to come here to Mexico." Because I was planning to come back to Mexico in July. I was like, okay, in May I stay in Cusco. In June I'm going to go to Chiclayo, which is the north of Peru, and in July I will go to Mexico again. But suddenly they say you are going to need a visa from April the 20th. So it was like, oh, what? And I asked a lawyer from Mexico if he could help me, and he said, You can get your residence, temporary residence here because you were coming many times, so it's easy to get there to get that permission for 4 years, but you have to be here right now. So I was like, okay, I bought my plane tickets for this April 17th, and I decided to go to get that advantage. But at the I couldn't get there. I don't know why, but every person who had a Peruvian passport was take taken back. So I couldn't get into Mexico, and now I am in Peru again.
Thank you for sharing. So this is like the perfect example. So I recorded a podcast with Veronica quite some months ago now, and she was in Mexico at the time. And guys, she was just so happy there. Like I could see, I think I could see part of the view out of your window, or I've seen it on your TikToks anyway. And she's got this magical view, and she was just like, I found my place, I found my happiness, like my happy place, I'm where I'm supposed to be. She was so happy in Mexico. So when she told me about this, I was just like, oh my gosh, like I cannot imagine how you must have felt. Like she was flown back, she wasn't allowed, like she tried to get into, yes, it is out, Jason. I have the link. How can Jason find the podcast? It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
I have the link, Jason. I'll find a way of getting it to you. Do I follow you? Yeah, I follow you, so I can send it to you after. Um, so yeah, I was really shocked when I heard this about Veronica, and I asked her to come on the live so that we could have a little chat about it. Although we did end up chatting a little bit by message this morning, because I had been through a similar situation, right, where I had planned to live in the UK, and so I kind of understood, like, when this happens, like, you feel like your whole life is about to fall apart. But then Veronica told me the most amazing things around how she's being supported. So sometimes when we're following our intuition, when something feels good and right to us, we still get it wrong, right? So Veronica was in Mexico. She felt like she knew that's the place that she should be. However, she didn't get a visa. She didn't get this temporary resident visa. She was having to leave Mexico, presumably every 90 days, was it? She was having to leave Mexico and come back again because she was just there on a tourist visa. So the way she was doing it was not really sustainable long term, right? Because countries don't like you doing that. Countries notice when you keep coming back for 90 days, and eventually they will stop you. They will stop you from doing that. And it could have been worse, Veronica. Like, if this law change hadn't got you shipped home, you could actually have been, like, they could have arrested you for, like, trying to live in the country without a visa. Like, it could have been worse. So Veronica created a reality where she was thrown back home and said, okay, no more, like, you can't come back without a visa anymore. So now Veronica has this amazing opportunity to, if she wants to be in Mexico, if that's where her intuition is leading her, to actually apply for a visa, right, and do it properly. Although it sounds like it's going to be slightly more tricky because you're not in Brazil, but in Mexico. I would imagine the government did that on purpose because they don't want people arriving right before the law change to stay there to apply for this residence visa, or in the meantime to make a life for herself in Peru, where she is. And she told me that she's recently met somebody that she's enjoying getting to know, so that could actually be like a benefit to staying in Peru at the moment, to, you know, to get to know these people or create some kind of life for her there. And it's interesting. Hi, Caroline, welcome. It's interesting the way the events went, because in my knowledge around visas, in order to get a visa for a foreign country, you first have to prove that you intend to stay in your home country, which is ridiculous, right? It's absolutely ridiculous. In order to leave, you have to prove you want to stay. It's dumb. But that's exactly why my husband's visa had been denied for the US, because we hadn't been in Brazil for long, so he couldn't prove that he wanted to stay in Brazil enough to get a visa to go visit the US. So the situation is, in order to get to Mexico for like full time, to get a long-term visa there, Veronica has to create a life for herself in Peru, which, hey, Mary Luz, hi girl. Veronica has to create a life for herself in Peru or find somewhere else, right? And how does that, when you think about that, Veronica, like the fact that you have to stay there in order to get to Mexico, like how does that make you feel?
Well, I didn't realize that. You are telling me that.
I don't know. This is my experience. This is my experience with visas. So the lawyer told you that if you were in Brazil, oh my God, Brazil, if you were in Mexico, you would be able to get this 4-year temporary residence, right? Because you're already there, you can prove that you have a life for yourself there. However, if you're not in Mexico, and this may be different for Mexico, this may be different for Peruvians. I'm telling you my experience, but my experience is with Brazil and the US and Australia. So they're different countries, they have different rules. I've got to get this dog down, I'm so hot. But yeah, in my experience, the thing that you need to do in order to get to Mexico is to show you have some ties to Peru. Sorry if
Well,
that's is that like welcome news.
Well, it was really frustrating to come back because I was planning everything. My friends were waiting for me, and all my stuff are is there. My clothes, my documents, my everything is there. And I was like coming back home. Yeah, so it was really shocked to live that experience, but at the same time, it made me realize that I have to accept what is happening right now and appreciate where I am because that's where I have to be. And this is the present moment, and nothing I don't need anything. I have everything. I was telling you that one week before I traveled to Mexico, I met an old friend from university, and it was very casual. Like I was in an office where I had to pay my well, a professional payment, and he was there also. I didn't know him very well. I just know he existed when we were at university. He started to talk to me, and we chat a little bit. And he asked for my phone number, and from that day, we didn't stop chatting or sending messages, and it was like very natural. It happened. I don't know how to say, but it was so easy to get along with him. And at the end, we started dating. So one day before I traveled, we said that we could meet in Mexico, or I can come back to visit him, right? But at the end,
You had to stay.
I came back to the same day. And from that day, I am in his apartment, which is, he doesn't live here in Lima. He's in Cusco most of the time. And he left me here. And all the apartment is for me. And then I'm provided with everything. The location is really beautiful. The apartment is nice. I have all I need here. And apart from that, my one of my best friends, where I usually stay when I am in Lima, lives 2 minutes from here. So we are very close.
So you're 2 minutes away from your friend as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's just this is how intuition works, right? You follow your intuition, you take the steps, you do what feels good. If you get it wrong, the universe will be like, hey, no, this way. Throw you back to where you're supposed to be, get you on track again, and then the synchronicities start happening. Once you're on the right track, that's when the synchronicities start happening. So you're back in Mexico, you end up like finding somebody from university that has an apartment you can stay in that's 2 minutes from your friend, and everything just starts falling into place. And this is what I made the video about this morning. When something happens to you that you perceive as bad, or you perceive as something that you didn't want to happen, if you're able to feel your feelings and not lose your shit, right? If you're able to feel your feelings and keep calm and observe what's going on, you can see how you had been getting it wrong before. Even though it felt good, like Mexico felt like the place to be, but you didn't have a visa. You were living in this uncertain situation, and the like your intuitions just kind of pushed you like, okay, here you go, have an apartment, have a man, have your friend, like let's go this way, right? You are shown the way to go. And it was the same. It was the same when I arrived in Brazil, like because I found the community. Like days after I landed back in Brazil, it was exactly 1 week that I came across Sam on TikTok, and I found that. And if I hadn't found that community at that time, I like I I probably would have lost my shit about the situation I was in because I wasn't earning any money. I didn't know how I would earn any money. Um, like and the community and everything that I learned, especially in the first couple of months, really helped me be sure that I had made the right choice to be in Brazil and to appreciate what I created for myself, making myself move to Brazil, right? I'm just going to read, we've got a couple of questions here. Hey babes, hey Oscar. Jason, how long is the wait for a green card for non-citizens? For the US, I have no idea. You have to meet several like criteria to get a green card for the US. And Caroline wrote a while back, sorry I missed it at the time. I see that you're in the US. Did you take part in the green card lottery? So no, Caroline, I'm not in the US. I'm still in Brazil. However, I have been offered a position to work for a US company. I don't know if that will lead to a visa to move to the US. It's honestly, it's not a job that I want to do long term. It's a data analyst job, so it's something that I really enjoy. It's doing math, it's doing Excel. This is what I'm good at. This is what I love to do. But what it is for me is an opportunity to have my bills paid, doing something I enjoy, so that I can also work on my coaching in my spare time. So that's why it's perfect for me in the situation that I'm in at the moment, because it means I can have my bills paid. I can potentially have an opportunity to move to the US in the future if that's what me and my family, if that's where our intuition is taking us. And in the meantime, I can keep working on my coaching. I can keep doing my live streams. I can keep working with my one-on-one clients, etc., and working towards building my universal retreat. So, like, it's just another example of how the universe supports you when you're on the right track, right? What's going on today? Oscar, so Veronica is here. Veronica had a bit of a visa mishap. She lives in Mexico. Mexico changed the law, so she wasn't able to go back there. So she's now in Lima, Peru. But the universe is literally moving to support her in being there. She was just provided with a free apartment. She met, like, she's now living close to her friend. She met somebody new, a guy that she's getting to know. So the universe is just supporting her being there. And it's very much about who you want to be, right? And I think this is something important when we're following our intuition, or when we're looking for our purpose, right? Our purpose isn't to do something specific at a specific time, just like our intuition doesn't tell us to do things because that's who we're going to be forever. Our intuition and our purpose are lessons that we need to learn, and our intuition helps us do this because it's always pushing us out of our comfort zone. It's helping us embrace change. It's helping us expand. It's helping us grow. And that is our purpose. That's why we're here on earth. We're here to expand and to grow and to be the best version of ourselves that we can be, right? Because if we are the best version of ourselves that we can be, that we have a knock-on effect for the people around us, right? We have a knock-on effect for our family and friends because we're growing, we're expanding, and we're embracing positive emotions. Like, we're happy more often, we're joyful, we're spreading love. This is a term that I use quite often about spreading love. And when you spread love, you affect other people. You draw other people to you. And those other people come with opportunities. Like, This is why I spend a lot of time talking about my Universal here, because I want to build this retreat. And I know that if I continue coaching, I continue showing up for you guys, I continue spreading love all around and helping you guys with your issues, that eventually I'm going to help the right person that's like, hang on, you're trying to build a retreat to do this with more people. I've got money. Here's my money. Let's go. Right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm spreading my love because my intuition wants me to build the retreat, and that's how I'm doing it. And I think it's a valid approach to any problem, whether you're spreading love on other people, whether you're spreading love on a situation, or whether you're spreading your love on yourself, right? Appreciating yourself. If you keep spreading love, everything good happens, everything good comes.
Yeah, and that's a big one, Eleanor, appreciating yourself. That's why I learned in Scotland with Andre, because I felt very uncomfortable about comparing myself with the other girls that were there. And I was like, I don't know what to do. Oops. I don't know what to do. I don't know what I am good at, and everybody is doing something. I'm not doing anything. I don't know what to do. And Andrea just was like, okay, sit and ask your intuition what you are good at or what do you want to do. And it was like, nothing. I don't want to do anything. And he told me, well, maybe that's the answer. You don't have to do anything right now. The last day it was very powerful because I was uh, feeling really bad, and he told me that this. He told, what it is so bad that you did that you cannot accept yourself. I was like, yeah, it. I try to change myself all the time. All the time, I was like, I am not good at it. I should change it. I shouldn't have done that. I have to change that. And all the time, I try to change myself. When I realized the thing that, or the fact that I didn't accept myself exactly as I am, with those silly things that I suppose I was doing, or the wrong things I was supposed I was doing. It was like poor Veronica. She wasn't accepted is by me, and I started to be more comfortable with myself, accept all the things I supposedly did wrong. And it was like, she's so cute. She's so cute doing that BS. And she is so cute. And it helped me a lot. And I think that is a great part of its happening now, because this man I'm dating it's a businessman. He has lots of businesses around the country, not in the city, the country. And he's investing in this, investing in that, doing many things. And it's like, in some way, I have to be in the same frequency, or something like that. So I feel that I grow up, and it's happening as a consequence of accepting myself.
Yeah. And I think like you're so right. And this thing about self-worth, a lot of us don't accept that we are worthy of receiving, right? Whatever happened to us in our childhood, whether it was the way our parents treated us, something a teacher said to us, something one of our kids said, another kid said to us at school, but so many of us deep down inside don't feel worthy for whatever reason. And so, Veronica, when you talk about like you don't know what you want to do, but you but he told you something that allowed you to feel worthy, to feel self-worth, and then you open yourself up to receiving, right? Because when I feel worthy of receiving, then I'm going to be on the right frequency to receive. And then, like, it sounds to me like you may not even have to figure out what it is you want to do. Like, if things work out with this guy, you can potentially live a life where you get to travel, you get to hang out at home all day, you get to meditate, self-appreciate, and do whatever you want, right? But first, you had to realize that you were worthy of that, you know? Because, and I mentioned this yesterday, but I'll say it again. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, I think the other day, and she said that I was repelling money. And it was true. I was repelling money. I was in a terrible financial situation. I hadn't had much income. My credit cards all maxed out. And like I was getting opportunities, but those opportunities working out, I was literally forcing money away from me by accident. Like I didn't do this on purpose. And I realized, because of everything that's happened over the past 4 or 5 days, that the reason I was repelling money is because I wasn't being honest with myself. I was being inauthentic. I felt like my experience was not worth sharing, right? Because like I didn't want to get backlash. I didn't want to get hated. I wanted to people please. I wanted to, be the knowledgeable coach, not the coach that has no money, right? I didn't want to be honest about my situation because I wanted to present this version of myself that other people could feel like, they can trust me. I've got my shit together. But like nobody's got their shit together 100%, right? Everybody has their demons. And yes, like I have come a million miles in my relationship. My husband and I have an amazing relationship now. We're so much more open and honest. I am living my dream life. I don't have like a job that I dislike anymore. I get to hang out with my kids every day. I live in a beautiful country that's sunny all the time. I have a beautiful, amazing house, right? I have all this stuff sorted, but I still hadn't figured out the money part. I was still repelling money. And it was because I wasn't being 100% honest. I was hiding part of myself because I was still trying to people please. And then when I made my series on TikTok of talking about my experience with quantum networking, I just opened up that part of me. Like, I can be honest now. I can talk about my whole experience. I'm not trying to keep that part hidden, keep it quiet in case some people don't like it. Now I can just be honest, I can just be me, and I can tell you guys, hey, look, I've got my relationship figured out, I've got my health figured out, I've got my dream life figured out, I've got my career sorted, I know what I want to do, but I'm not making money. And as soon as I said that, I started making money. Like
Really?
money has been landing in my account. Like I've been offered 3 jobs. I was offered 3 jobs in 24 hours, right? Doing stuff I love. Not just like any jobs, like, oh, I don't really want to do that, but I'll do it for the money. No, perfect jobs. Perfect jobs for me. US based jobs that might help me get a visa. Jobs doing math that I love, right? And coaching. People came to me saying, I want your coaching now. I'm going to pay you for it, right? So, and all it took was me to actually just open up and be vulnerable and honest. And it sounds like for you, Veronica, all it took was for you to feel worthy of being supported. I mean, it's the same for both of us, right? We needed to feel worthy to be supported.
And another thing I realize is that I always had, I always had money all the time. I was able to travel, I was able to buy things, I was able to do whatever I wanted. And it's like I am watching other people or listening to friends that they are not able to do that. And I am like, I am very lucky. I am very abundant with money. I don't know what. I am like, oh, Veronica, you cannot do it or whatever. And it's not much money, but at the end, I have money. I always have money.
And
And
it's not always about money either, right? Like
yeah,
you have an apartment, you have clothes to wear, you have food to eat. You didn't need money to get that stuff.
exactly.
Sometimes you can circumnavigate the money. Sometimes you can just go right to the feeling, right to the thing. And we always think, oh, I need money to do this. No, you don't. You don't always need money to do this. I did a post in the community that I was requested to take down because it didn't present well on me, about how I had $4.63 in my bank account, and my post was talking about how I had still been able to travel. I got my ass to Vegas with $4.63 in my bank account, right? I was still able to eat there. I was still able to to travel, to get about there, and I had $4.63 in my bank account the whole time. And I came home and I went to a party, and a friend, my husband's sister, lent me new clothes for the party, so I got a new outfit. Well, it wasn't new. I had to give it back afterwards, but according to Instagram, it was new, right? That's enough. And I was able to experience all of this with $4.63. And so the theme of my post was, you don't need money to jump. You can jump straight to the feeling. You can jump straight to the thing. If you open yourself up to possibility and stop limiting yourself by thinking, I have to have money to do this thing. I was talking to Oscar about it yesterday because he said he wants a tattoo, but he hasn't got the money. So I was like, dude, you don't need the money. Like, go find a tattoo artist that's just starting out and say, here's my arm, you can practice on me, right? Go to a tattoo studio and find somebody that needs to practice. Go get it for free. You don't need the money. You can get the tattoo if you just open yourself up to possibility. Sorry, I completely cut you off there, Veronica. I can't remember if I'm not sure if you can remember what you were going to say before I started ranting.
No, that's okay. It's also that I wanted to add that I don't I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know what I'm going to do here in Lima. My weren't here, so uh, even I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. But it's okay.
How
And
exciting is that?
I at the end, it's like if I decide something, it doesn't matter because the universe, the life, my intuition is going to do whatever
Uh-huh.
they want. It's
We
not
have a
my business.
saying. We have a saying in English. I don't know if you heard it before. It's life is what happens while you're busy making other plans. So while you're
Yeah,
busy making plans, life is the stuff that's actually going to happen, right?
exactly.
And
So
it's exactly
even
this.
yeah, even if I am going, um, I try to plan something. I know it's not going to work if life doesn't work.
Exactly. And Bashar says something that I love, which is about what to do, like what to do with that, right? Because how are you supposed to live life if you can't make plans and you can't work towards your goals? And Bashar's advice, which I share often here, is do the thing that brings you the most excitement in the moment. Do the thing to the best of your ability and keep doing that thing until you can't do it anymore. And then do the thing that brings you most excitement in the next moment, right? And that's all we can do, really, is we can just focus on what we're doing right now, who we're being right now. Who am I being? Am I being a victim of my situation? Am I being like a loser? Am I being a complainer? Or am I being a powerful person that's just responding to my situation? Am I being a leader? Am I being a business owner? Am I being in love? Who am I being? And you can always choose who you are being in the moment and react to what life throws at you from a place of being who you want to be.
And one thing I understood about that is that um, this action doesn't have to be something like a career or a big decision. It's just like I want to eat some chocolate, yeah, or I want to connect with you in a life, and that's amazing. I'm enjoying it a lot. If you are recording this, please share it.
Yeah, I do usually
And
post them on YouTube. So if you're happy for me to post, yeah, it will go up on my YouTube channel, Universal.
yeah, and those little things are the things that matter. You don't have to do anything special, or you have to plan something. It's just what your intuition tell to you at that moment, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm really sorry. I'm going to have to end the live. I was about to wrap it up anyway, but I just heard my kid wake up. He's crying.
Oh, okay.
So I'm really sorry that I'm just kind of cutting it really quickly. But guys, please don't forget to click the link in my bio. Go join my community. TikTok is being threatened to be taken down in the US. I don't want to lose touch with you guys. I don't want to be taken away from you. Click the link in my bio, join my community. It's completely free, no charge. All of my coaching content is there. You're also able to reach out to me there at any time. I'm always there for you guys. And you can also book coaching sessions. Other coaches are also posting their amazing content in the community. My husband's got his health and fitness videos going up. I'm loving watching his health and fitness videos. He's just realized he films them all with his top off because he never wears a shirt. He's like, maybe I should wear a t-shirt. I was like, don't worry about it, dude. You never wear a t-shirt anyway. But yeah, there's all kinds of cool stuff in there. So don't forget to join. And I will see you guys tomorrow, same time. Veronica, thank you so, so much. It was such a pleasure having you here. It was such a pleasure talking with you again.
I love you. Bye.
I love you guys. Bye bye.